Hello, welcome to Larry's Topics. Today we're going to discuss some more uniquely interesting topic I haven't covered in a while, and that's of course our horror icons, the slasher monsters. You know them, you love them. Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Pinhead, and of course Leatherface and Ghostface. But we're just going to discuss one of them. One of the many iconic characters. So many people try to figure out how to beat him, how to stop him, blah, 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 blah. There's actually a YouTube channel that goes about how to stop Freddy in a scientific manner. And I'm not going to mention names, but still. It's a pretty popular internet YouTube channel, so kudos to them for using science to do it. But I'm not gonna go getting into scientific crap with you. I'm not a super genius with nothing better to do than think of formulas on how to beat said villains. But I'm gonna bring up a key thing. Anyone can stop Freddy. Anyone. And it's actually pointed out in the fourth installment of the Freddy Krueger franchise. Hence the name of the title. For Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Master. They went around it in a kooky way with it, yeah. But basically the principle of a Dream Master is actually why Freddy actually fought her twice and gave up after fighting her twice. And that was Alice. In their renditioning, they just made Alice a form of essence collector. She collect the essence and residue of the souls of the people that Freddy used her to collect, to feed on, as it were. She, on the other hand, collected their skill sets and parts of their personalities. That was because Kristen's power of pulling people into her dreams when she needed help, and it was all in the fourth movies when Freddy finally gets her, but before she dies, Kristen hits Allison with, as she says, my powers and gifts to pull people into her dreams. See, they don't really go into so much detail of how to do it, but it's actually quite simple. When you're sleeping and you're dreaming, and most people don't do it, but you can actually control your dreams. Do with them what you will. It's a dream. People train themselves, and use a trigger object in their dream to know that they're dreaming, like a red bouncy ball or something like that. It's a little more simpler than that. You don't need a trigger object. The best way to know if you're dreaming, if something's happening that's a little out there, chances are you're dreaming. And to defeat Freddy, prevent Freddy from bothering you, you don't have to do all that stuff. train yourself to realize when you're dreaming. When that happens, and you've realized, mastered the realization of when you are dreaming, it's simple. If all the other dreamers that were killed by Freddy had known about this, they could do it themselves. See, Freddy uses your fears and your weaknesses against you. He'll even use your powers and your dreams against you. How do you stop him? Simple. Because something becomes something that can cause him to suffer, to make him afraid. You're the master of your dreams. You can do whatever you want. The Dream Warriors is where it kind of could do it, but it was always the same thing. One was an edgy biker girl, another himself was a strong man. Kristen was the key to pulling them all in, connecting them to fight up against Freddy. And then coming to find out, all you needed actually was one. There's a reason he stopped with Alice. She beat him twice. He figured after that, I'm going to find somebody else. Nothing worse than getting your butt handed to you twice by the same person. You get into a fight with somebody, they whoop the crap out of you. You think you're better when you go back and try it again. Yet again, they hand your butt to you. Are you going to go back for a third time? Unless you're thick-headed, no. You're just going to limp off and lick your battle wounds and look for someone else, as it were. Right? The nerdy kid kind of got it, but he was kind of off because he went by something simple. If he'd rationalized with his thoughts, when Freddy says, "I don't believe in fairy tales," and stabs the little dork in the chest, if he hadn't panicked and thought about it, he could have manipulated the time and space around himself and make it where Freddy's claws didn't touch him, instead went into the wall behind him, getting stuck in the wall, where he could strike Freddy down, pull out some mystical weapon that could strip Freddy of whatever powers he has, and eventually defeat him. Your dreams do what you want, so long as you can control them. And in order to control them, you have to know you're dreaming. After you realize you're dreaming, and you realize you can do whatever you want in your dreams, you're pretty much unstoppable in that realm. The geek with the comic books, yeah, he was pretty close, in the fifth one. But he went with the character he designed. A cybernetic gunman, whatever. If he had thought about something a little more, how do I say it, indestructible, more durable, Freddy wouldn't have been able to defeat him. The best way to do it, though, dream yourself into a godlike figure. The more powerful you are, the harder it is for Freddy to defeat you. Allison, she went for, I guess, Street Fighter style, I guess you'd put it. But why limit yourself to that? Don't. It's your dreams. Do what you want. If any of them actually had thought of these things, Freddy would have thrown in the towel a lot more than he did. Because he did with Alice. She kicked the crap out of him twice, defeated him. He threw in the towel, didn't want a rematch. Master your dreams. That's how you defeat Freddy. And he'll go for someone not as skilled as you. It was so simple. It's sad nobody thought of it. And a lot of your movie goer creators don't think of it. You don't have to stop dreaming to beat him, to drive him away, to keep yourself safe. Become the master of your dreams. I mean, come on. You go to sleep, you enter your dreams. What would you like to do? And be able to do it. You can do it, it's not impossible. You can become a god in that world. I'm not saying spend your whole time dreaming and sleeping, because that just eventually kill you. But, just work on it. You'd never have to really do it in the real world because there is no Freddy Krueger. But if they had thought of that in the franchises and passed the knowledge on, eventually Freddy would give up completely and stay in hell. But that's just my topic, my thoughts. If you have any of your own, share them. Please like, share, subscribe. And God bless, stay well, and have a good one.